Hey guys, before I start this video, I just want to talk about a little something that happened yesterday. And that is that the sad news of Claude, formerly of AFTV, obviously an Arsenal fan, has passed away. And although I never met the guy, and shouldn't really say it's my place to speak on it, but he, from looking afar as a fan of his quotes and his content and the entertainment of the guy, and really listening to his story, and because there's a lot of things about him that I can empathize with, that when I was younger I went I had similar feelings to him, in the way that he loves his club and he loves his football, and he just seemed like such a genuine, honest man. And he'll be a massive miss. And it's one that I did take quite personally. It kind of hit home a bit, because he just seemed like such a genuine, honest man. And to hear what happened was, it was shocking. It was shocking. And he's always been someone that's very open about his struggles and about what he's gone through on a day-to-day life. And to see him at times pushed in a way with a lot of online abuse, trolls, tweets at him constantly, going at his family, and when he's already been open about the struggles he's faced, I do not agree with it one bit. And all I can say is rest in peace, Claude. You will not be forgotten, and you most certainly will be missed. One hell of a man, genuine, honest, loved his football, loved his club, loved Arsenal, and he's going to be a miss for the YouTube football community, because he's one of the people that really helped put it on the map and was one of the most genuine, honest voices you will hear. And like I said, although I unfortunately didn't get the chance to meet him, from what I've seen and from what I've heard from others around him, one quality guy. Rest in peace, Claude. Hey guys, it's your boy JT. Welcome back to another video on my channel, and it is that time of week again. It is that day. It is England versus Poland, the last World Cup qualifying game, and really a game of two halves. We really started as we meant to carry on in that first half, really on the front foot, pressing the living hell out of them, and you could really tell that it was 11 Premier League players on the pitch for us tonight, because we wouldn't give them a second to breathe there. Harry Kane was on him, Sterling was on him, Mount was on him, Calvin Phillips from the midfield was on him. We didn't give them a second to breathe back there. The second they had the ball, someone was on him. And when we did get the ball, we were quick. The passing tempo was good. We were getting the ball to our forward players. Maybe didn't have as much dynamic movement as we would have liked off the ball. However, we were still creating enough. And the bright light in that first half was really Raheem Sterling. He was the one that looked dangerous. He was the one that looked like if we were going to get something out of it, it was going to come from him. He was cutting in and out. He was squeezing past defenders, and he is so agile, and he's such a brilliant player to watch, because when he gets going, honestly, there's no one like him. Sure, he doesn't necessarily have the skills of a Sancho or a Rashford or the elegance in the way that he kicks the ball, but what he is extremely effective. When he gets the ball there, he knows exactly where to run. He's got brilliant agility. No one can push him off the ball. His balance is supreme. He can cut in and out. Defenders have an absolute nightmares about it. In the end, one of them has to take him down, smashes him in the Achilles. You could probably say he wasn't going anywhere near goal. Maybe he was running the ball off, but the defender cannot take that risk. Cleaned him out, and the main man stepped to the spot. Who else is going to take a penalty for England but Harry Kane? Calmly slots it into the back of the net. You never thought he was going to miss. Mate, there's three things certain in life: death, taxes, and Harry Kane scoring penalties. Bed with Gemma Collins. That's just as simple as it is. The guy can find space anywhere. Give him a little wormhole and he'll somehow wriggle through it with the ball at his feet. I don't know how he does it so well, but he is quality. Like I said though, not really too much else happened in that first half, so we did go into halftime with that 1-0 lead intact. But like I say, it was a classic game of two halves, and in the second half, Poland were on the front foot a bit more. They were a lot more aggressive in their challenges. Kamil Glik, their captain, played superb in that second half. He didn't give any of our attackers a moment to breathe. He was in there, fouling them, knocking about, showing them who's boss. One moment goes through to behind a Harry Kane, really set Harry Kane on fire for the rest of that game. He was chopping down all the Polish players after that, but Kamil Glik for them really set the tempo for them and really got them going at times in that second half. And we really struggled. We struggled to deal with it at times. We couldn't get our tempo going. We couldn't get the ball playing around as we would have liked. And chances were a lot more limited. As a result of this increase in Polish pressure and their increase in dynamics on the ball, what happened is the main talking point of the game. The point I'm sure you've all heard. You've all seen videos on Instagram of John Stones falling on his ass. He gets the ball. Again, he gets it from Pope. Maybe not the best ball coming into him. I know Ian Wright said, yeah, he shouldn't really be giving him the ball there. Not too much he could do with it, but he gets the ball nonetheless. Could have played it into Calvin, could have played it outright, or could have played it long. Instead, tries to cut back, do a bit of a Laureus Carriers. Doesn't work, stumbles over because he has a dodgy touch. Piontek goes through, curls it into the back of the net. Brilliant finish, to be honest, but shouldn't really be getting that opportunity. Terrible mistake by John Stones. And it's funny because I was watching it with my mate and I was saying, we were talking about Kyle Walker, and I was saying Kyle Walker's world class. And I was literally about to say, oh yeah, well, just like his partner there, John Stones, another world class player, falls on his ass as I'm about to say it, gives away a goal, makes me look like a bit of a mug. But I do not want to see any hate on John Stones because that guy is quality. He's been quality for the past 4 years. A couple years recently, you could say he hasn't had enough game time to really impact, and he hasn't been hitting the best form because he hasn't been getting enough game time. But now he's back in the squad. This year he's played fantastically for City and for England. He's really made himself a mainstay in that defence and will have to start in the Euros for me. So I don't want to see people get on his back, because the way he resurrected himself after that was fantastic. And generally that goal wasn't just a wake up for John Stones either. It was a wake up for the whole team. We started playing the ball about a bit more. We started getting ourselves on the front foot. We started gaining in confidence. Calvin Phillips woke up after that a bit. He had a few sloppy passes on the ball. He was going a bit sideways, but after that he got that extra yard of tempo in him. He was getting about. He was knocking about, making these challenges. And about Calvin Phillips, I'm just going to touch on him briefly again. He was someone who was playing in a bit more of an advanced position, as he has done for England recently, playing a bit more box to box. And I feel like he was even less defensive than he was before, where he's not really asked to sit in the central midfield. He's asked to occupy more of a wide role. And at times that doesn't really get the best of him. When it gets the best of him is when there's a loose ball, because when there's a loose ball to be won, Calvin Phillips will win it. Bet your bottom dollar on it. That guy is tenacious as anything. However, I don't think it was one of his best games today, but like I say, after we did concede, he stepped it up, and so did a lot of the other players in the England team, stepped up that intensity. And I think Calvin Phillips is just a good mirror of the team, because you could see quite vividly from him his work rate just shoot up after that goal. He was really about getting in their faces, and we were just struggling to create something. It was that final ball, it was always a bit missing. There wasn't really the option there. It wasn't crafting itself open, and sometimes you need a spot of luck. And who's the one that crafts that spot of luck? John Stones, the man who gave away a goal at the other end. The ball comes in from the corner, it's gone back, sticks quite far back. We tried it quite a few times actually, and it just wasn't working. We weren't quite getting the flick on. This time the ball goes to John Stones at the back. Beautifully heads it back, doesn't just head it straight back in because then it would have got cleared by the defenders, heads it back at like a 45-degree angle so it goes just like going outside of the box. Harry Maguire reacts perfectly, pivots his body and rockets it top bins. Off the crossbar, keeper had no chance. The power, the precision, no way you're saving that. Not in a million years from that close. Beautiful finish. And a guy who, again, I was saying, you know what, I'd take him off. I didn't think he was playing well at all. He was actually giving me a few heart attacks back there. The guy on the ball is clunky as a fridge on wheels, mate. He's got no sidewards dimensions. It's forwards and backwards. That's it. Anything else, and I'm scared. I'm scared shitless. I'm not going to lie. but he clearly showed that he does have a little bit of agility at least. Someone had sprayed a bit of WD-40 onto him, allowing him to twist those hips a bit and strike it like that. But it was a cracking finish, and he did win the game for us. So fair play to Gareth Southgate for keeping him on, and fair play to Harry Maguire, more importantly. But more importantly than that even, is fair play to John Stones for keeping your head, keeping your composure. Because when you make a mistake like that, especially for England, in the back of the head, you know, okay, I'm going to get ridiculed on social media. I'm going to get all the press on my back. I'm going to be the villain of English football. And these things can really put a player off. They can make them lose confidence, make them not want to receive the ball. But you know what he does? He's straight back on it. He's got the winner's mentality, John Stones. And people don't give him enough credit for that. He does have a winning mentality, and he showed it today with a brilliant resurrection. If you do ask me, that goal did really save our blushes, and we should have been a lot more clinical and had a lot more cutting edge to us in our second half. However, we did still get the result, so what does that mean? Nothing. We got the 3 points, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. But what did you guys think? Do you guys think that's enough, or do you see it as papering over the cracks? Because it's very, very close to Euro season, baby. And when that comes around, we want to have our best shot of winning it, because this squad is definitely capable of doing that. The tournament is in England at Wembley Stadium. We've never had a better opportunity in the past 30 years to bring home some major silverware. Do you guys think that Gareth Southgate's team selection was right today, or would you opt for a 3-back? We did go into a 3/5-back at the end there, past last 5 minutes of the game. Do you think that's the way forward, or do you like his new 4-3-3 approach? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, because it's a very divisive thing. Everybody has a different starting 11 for England. Honestly, this is one of the few, there's quite a lot of nations, but this is one of the few times, especially with England, where you ask anybody, you could ask 10 people about their England team, I guarantee you they'd all have at least one player different in there. There's so much to choose from in that side, and it's really down to personal preference. But you got to think, you know what, sometimes you're going to have to play some less blockbuster names just to get the teams working. You can't just slap people down on name. It has to be about how they fit into the system. Can he build a coherent system? Do you rate Southgate enough to do that? I want to hear what you guys have to say down below. And thank you very much for watching, man. I'll leave you with the final message of love thy neighbour, because you never know what's going to happen next. Thank you ever so much for watching. And I can only hope you had a great day. And I hope that this helped as well. So thank you very much. I'd love speaking with you guys, and let's get a little conversation going in the comments section about the game, about England, about the beautiful game that is football. Thank you for watching, guys. Love you. Bye.